Hello. In continuation with our scientific writing series on our YouTube handle, one big question is, I have a lot of work which I have done. I have done a lot of research. I have good evidence-based case reports. How do I plan my manuscript? Planning of the manuscript becomes the most important part as much as the content of the manuscript is. So what does one do? Number one, plan it out. Planning out means to check what I have in my hand. What kind of research do I have? What is the type of design which I have used? What has been my conclusions? What has been my findings? If I have a case report, do I have all the evidence-based reports in them? Do I have the scans of the patients which are there? Do I have all the necessary data? If not, please get them. Then you keep all the data ready. Number two is then targeting the journal. Targeting the journal means there are journals which specify or they expertise in certain areas. Like there are journals exclusively for case reports. There are journals which only publish scientific research or clinical research which is done. There are journals which have a more focus on educational research, or there are journals which are a mixed bag which cater to all the areas. You have to decide what is your study, what kind of data do you have, and then what kind of journal you would like to target. And then go on to check the journal's credentials, the impact factor, the indexing of the journals in various agencies, and then also check the editorial board of the journal. Who are they? Which areas of homeopathy or the clinical sciences do they belong to? And then decide which journal you would like to target your manuscript to. Number three is writing the manuscript. Most journals have the author guidelines detailed spelled out on their websites. See how you will be able to cast your manuscript as per the guidelines which are there. You may also go to Equator Network and check the guidelines which are standard across all the medical sciences, wherein type of study which you have done and the standard guidelines are in sync or no. You need to do that before you start actually drafting the manuscript. Once you've done that, you are aware of all the detailed headings which you are going to prepare your manuscript with. Start writing the manuscript. After the first draft is written, don't be in a hurry to submit it to the journal. Give it to a few of your colleagues whom you can trust and whose opinion you value. Let them go through it and let them suggest you some suggestions in that. You may act on those suggestions. This helps to have an internal peer review. This will help us to tighten the manuscript in a much better way. After you have done that, circulate the manuscript to people outside our profession, maybe a friend. This is very important because this gives you a perspective of a reader who is not trained in the technicalities of the subject. It gives you a perspective of how the manuscript reads. They may help you with the language, the flow, and the manner in which the manuscript has been drafted or it has been constructed. These feedbacks are also extremely important, especially if you are targeting a newspaper publication or a magazine for lay people as well. After that is the stage of final checking. The final checking is checking for the spellings, checking for the grammar, checking for the punctuations if there are any mistakes done, and run a fine comb through your manuscript so that you are able to remove out all the errors if there are any, so that the process of manuscript selection is much faster at the editorial end. Once you've done that, and then you are sure that you are now ready to publish the journal, as you are aware in the previous video we had said you would need three important things. One is the cover letter, the manuscript, and the author identification. See to it that all three are in place. And once you've done that, upload the manuscript via the manuscript management system of the journal through the website and wait for the editorial response. Wishing you all the best for your manuscript.